was, in the fullest sense, a hero after their pattern, a fighter by name, inclination and aptitude. Chris Smith,
The Shuttleworth collection at Old Warden Park in Bedfordshire hold regular shows across the airshow season. They include a number of sunset displays.
It all started because of the Edwardians, because the control margins are so minuscule that you really cannot fly them in any kind of wind with safety. So, and the diurnal variation of surface wind is such that the evening is the time, as we all know, of traditionally very low winds. It drops right out. So that's the time, and therefore we built a show around that concept. And actually it's turned out to be very popular because it means on a Saturday people can do their shopping, they can watch the football match or whatever, and then come to Shuttleworth. And it's a lovely atmosphere in the evenings. We love the evening displays, and it's something nobody else offers.
If I could have the attention of all those dog owners here today, we've already made a request.
Well, we have to sustain the collection financially, and the only way we can do that is by displaying the aircraft, and we do that every fortnight from May till October. And that enables us to pay for the running costs of the aeroplanes, the staff, and we've been able to make a little bit of money, enough to build more hangars, extend the runway, buy the odd new aeroplane. It is a successful business as well as being a charitable trust, and that's why we do air shows. There is a permanent staff, a small permanent staff of professional aircraft engineers, but beyond that there's the Shuttleworth Veteran Aeroplane Society, which has a large membership of dedicated people with a wide range of skills, often with a background in aeronautical engineering, who voluntarily give up their time to work on the aeroplanes and to support us on flying days. And it would not be a successful business actually without their support, because you just couldn't afford the manpower. But through their dedication and loyalty and enthusiasm, we are able to do that. And a lot of the people you'll see around the airfield today in the white overalls, helping us to launch the aeroplanes and so forth, are members of the SVAS, and they're an absolutely critical, integral part of what we do. The whole ethos is to display the aeroplanes hugely within their limitations, so there's a lot of margin for error, and not to try and do anything extraordinary or extravagant with them. A lot of the displays are non-aerobatic. They're flown so the public will have the opportunity to see an aeroplane they wouldn't otherwise see in the air, and to take photographs of it. And posing the aeroplane for the cameras is a very important consideration for the pilots. But we don't do anything exotic.
This is an original 1918 RAF SE-5A. The SE-5A first flew in 1916 and entered operations over the Western Front a year later. It soon proved to be a formidable fighting machine, and its name quickly became associated with some of the leading fighter races of the time. The Sopwith Pup was the predecessor to the legendary Camel. It was also the first aircraft to land on a moving ship. This is another of Shuttleworth's original World War I aircraft. The Bristol F-2B fighter was an incredibly manoeuvrable aircraft. However, its combat debut during the Battle of Arras in April 1917 was far from auspicious. 4 out of 6 aircraft from No. 48 Squadron were shot down on their first patrol by 5 German fighters, led by Manfred von Richthofen, the famous Red Baron. When the Royal Air Force was formed in 1918, it was Bristol fighters that flew its first sorties. This aircraft was built in 1918 and was too late to see service in the war. A new show on the circuit this year was Fly to the Past at Blenheim Palace. This was a brave attempt to combine a revival meeting with an air show, all set in the beautiful grounds of Blenheim Palace. Many people got into the spirit of the event and turned up in period dress. Actors in costume mingled with the crowds, performing impromptu routines, like this capture of a German spy. The grounds of the palace made for an impressive backdrop as the display itself started. First up was the Great War Display Team, flying replica World War I aircraft in a dogfight scenario. Next came the fairy swordfish, or stringbag as it was known, flown by the Royal Navy Historic Flight. Its gentle display seemed to perfectly suit the occasion.
One of the most versatile aeroplanes under the rigours of a modern warfare. Imagine flying this at these sort of speeds to attack a battlefield. Unbelievable. And they can see you, ladies and gentlemen, so give them a big wave, and thank you for that. They will appreciate it as they fly by with the ensign flying proudly in the hands of Mr. Mick Jennings and Mr.